Legends, saints, seagulls and sinners. There's a lot to unpack about Cornwall. From King Arthur, and yes, we are going to Tintagel, via a couple more absolutely gorgeous Cornish villages and seaside ports, another ship, and I swear I'm not making these pub names up, some medieval graphic art of saints and churches burned to the ground by wicked Spaniards. We meet a few locals along the way who live in this house, all before heading back to Wales.
That's where we're staying right now, Haven. Shout out to those folks, really nice facilities, really good service, and the view is spectacular.
Hill just there and St. Ives a little further on in the background. In this stunning beach we have all to ourselves this morning. It was voted Best Beach in Britain 2024 at St. Ives Bay. But this is a hot and busy, sweaty mess of people in the summer. Don't go from the middle of July until the beginning of September. Go after that to your heart's content, especially in September. The weather will be lovely. We were there middle of October. We're heading to Tintagel, but we're stopping off at Paul, St. Paul's Church, Parish Church. Just up the hill from Mousel, this enormous tower here is used by the navigation vessels. All ships use it as a land sighting, a landmark I think it's called. But unfortunately, so did the Spaniards. This story goes that early on the morning of Wednesday the 23rd of July, 1595, 4 Spanish galleys were sighted off St. Michael's Mount. A troop of 200 Spaniards were landed and proceeded to rampage through the village and set it on fire. Inhabitants fled in terror, but 3 were killed, including the squire Jenkin Caigwyn, who was defending his pub, which he succeeded in doing. It was the only building left standing in Mousel, and it's still there today. They set fire to Penzance, Newlyn and Paul. This little church was razed to the ground. And this was really all about the 16th century European conflict between Catholicism and Protestants. Henry the Bloody Eighth had the hots for Anne Boleyn or Jane Seymour and decided to convert all of the Catholic Church, come away from the Church in Rome and turn it into Protestant. So the whole country went to war so he could get a leg over. And so the Spaniards came here. This was after the Armada on this raid, firmly with God on their side, and took it out on the heathen fishermen and farmers of Cornwall. No military defence here whatsoever. And here's the emblem of the Crusaders with God on the side of England. Love the design. Look at those graphics. They're gorgeous, aren't they? All the symbology in there. Things on fire, 3-legged people, horseshoes, out of heaven. Anyway, back to pretty Cornish villages. I can't remember the name of this town, but I do remember the name of the pub, funny enough. Alright, it's time for lunch. Fish and chips. In the ship in. Hey, look at us in the pub again. I mentioned in an earlier video that I wrote my college thesis on this entire area called West Penwith. Oh, I just love these old pubs, I love them. I met a local boy in the Admiral Benbow in Penzance one day. Just like that boy there. British newspaper headlines are something else, man. These are so interesting, they're irresistible. I think they posted up on the wall next to the loo, something to read while you're waiting. How we all share and feel the world even though we may live thousands and thousands of miles apart. We're only a little bit different, but we're mostly the same. You just gotta learn to listen and set those differences aside. But yeah, about the locals, they don't come out in the summer season. They come out when everyone's gone, and so that's when you'll meet those old boys too. And the pubs are empty, like this lovely little reading room here. This is my idea of heaven. I don't like crowds, need crowds. There's my mate. I use that boy right there for all the conversation and company I could ever need.
That's alright.
Yeah, I suppose like most places, just a very different experience off season. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And just another average cove in Cornwall. Look at this snappily dressed couple right here, I love it. He's dressed up nice for her, got his tie on and his hat, and she put on a pretty dress for him. He's letting her carry one of the bags because she's a fit, strong woman and she wants to stay that way, and they're both walking up that hill. They're both staying fit for each other and making the effort. I guess that's another Cornish secret. And I want to know why we don't build houses like this anymore. The local artist here at Tintagel making these delightful sculptures. I'm sorry I didn't catch her name. Aren't they just brilliant? Well, a reasonably solid legend has it, if there's such a thing, that the Welsh King Arthur and his round table was situated here at Tintagel. So there's Wales and Little Heart where I was born. And just across the Celtic Sea there would be a perfect place to have a base, like a defensible base like this. Wales, Cornwall and Brittany were pretty much all the same people, the ancient Britons. It'd be pretty hard to shake somebody down from these hilltops. That beach down there is where they loaded and unloaded all their provisions. Go on. Those rectangle remains of ancient buildings down there, look. Well, that seagull came right back to the ruins of a delightful little tiny chapel. Read this story right here, it is really sad. Give up your whole life, bugger all, man. But I tell you, I could live here. These folks did. Lovely little story, read this one too, it's a good one. And this illustration here is just charming. Outdoor displays holding up really well. Well done, production team. And how naturally perfect is that bit of rock to put a fortress on top of? Alright, mate. Sometimes when you edit you see things you didn't see when you actually took the film. So cool, meant to be. One time when I was living in the Caribbean, a local fella said to me when he saw me jamming along, "Slow down, man, you go too fast, you're in the Caribbean now." I think that's a good rule of thumb wherever you are.
The Welsh Springer is called Rosie.
Which one's this one?
That one.
This is Rosie?
She's more than 12 months.
She's a lovely baby. Yeah, she is. Look at this one, she's a Rosie girl.
Yeah, she's a funny dog.
She's very sweet.
And this is Tessa.
Tessa!
Tessa's 14 next week.
Oh, she looks wonderful. And this Scarly?
It's Indy.
Indy.
And she's only 3.
Come on this way.
Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie. Thank you. Those of you that know me know that I gotta get my dog fix in. These videos are all about relaxing and getting out and about, especially if you can't actually get out yourself. Please come and join us. You're very welcome. Shut your feet up. Keep going. Cheers.